Alright, so some of you may be wondering, how serious are you about this whole sim thing? Well, if that doesn't exactly say it, I don't know what does, because that's not what my room looked like. My room originally looked something like this. So, also I'm going to be moving into a smaller place here, so I had to start downsizing now, and I figured, why not? I have to make room for it anyway. I already gave you guys an update earlier this week, but a lot of things have changed since then, so I figure I'll go over the details. Earlier today I spent time working on the transducer plate, essentially starting with milling it out on the water jet. To finishing it in the shaker. It's enough at this point where I'm not worried about it. And so yeah, on both sides we have this all done up. At this point I finished the plate for the butt kicker setup, so that means that when the rails get here on Saturday that I should be able to put everything together. I'll still have to take the rails into the shop and mill them out with the holes I need. All the bolts should arrive tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and the sim rig is supposed to arrive tomorrow. Today's Thursday, it's supposed to arrive Friday, which is tomorrow. I've actually gone as far as you can see with my bed, so you can tell I'm really gearing up hard for this, because I know that I want to put all my time into this once I finally get everything set up, and it's going to be an amazing setup once it finally all gets here. The linchpin to all this, of course, is the steering wheel and pedal setup. As you've probably already seen on Ultimate Racing Tips' Instagram, he's already got all of his stuff at this point. He needs to have me help him put it all together. The technical side of this, as you guys will notice, pretty much falls on me actually. But he's got a lot more going on the actual side of the meat of the stuff that you guys want to see. Ultimate Racing Tips is the one who's got all the kudos on the credo behind driving. I'm pretty good, and hopefully he can teach me to be even better. So part of what we're going to be doing is trying to see if we can keep up with each other, and if not, if he can show me how to get faster. We'll see. Stay tuned. We're almost there. Alright, well, as you can see, I've got all my sim lab boxes open. My floor is a rather glitzy mess of 80/20 and T-slot and random other shenanigans. And up here on the bed, we have the seat, primed and ready to accept its next pieces. And I've also got these. So these came in today along with the rest of the parts for the sim lab, because I didn't get the extrusions. I only got a few of the accessories and things. So these came today, and these came today, which are great. So what we're gonna do, I just got back from machining these, and we're gonna see if they fit. So we've got this, but first, let's go ahead and put this bolt through. I got bolts that have a built-in washer so you can see it makes good contact with the surface here, and it gives me enough room to really bite down. So I can go ahead and stick it in here like so. It bolts in, that's good. Come down here, what we should see. That's not what we're supposed to see. That's not good, because that means at some point something happened in CAD, and I don't know what that means yet. So why don't we take a look? So as much as the situation sucks, it is kind of a cool thing, because since everything's in CAD, we can actually go back and see what sort of effect this is going to have on our part if we try to recut the hole without having to actually cut the hole and then find out. So let me show you what I mean. So if we do a little bit of measuring here real quick, from the top to the bottom is 12 7/8. But if you look at the metric side of it, we could roughly show it as 329. So if we go back over here in the CAD, this distance here is the measurement point between these two holes, and it says 305 millimeters because I'm running everything on the CAD in millimeters. If we go to the equation I had to make for that, because I did this in standard trying to make it work, we've got 7 divided by 8 times 1 millimeter, and we've got 12 times 1 times 1 inch. So somewhere in this equation we have a problem. But what I could also do is just go 329 And then right there, this gap was what I was using to machine them. We knew that that was supposed to be 25.163, but that was on the idea that this was 305.6, which is incorrect. It's actually 329. But what we can do is see where the next hole will line up if we do in fact cut this again at the proper depth or the proper distance of 13.5. So we have this is the new hole and this is the original hole that we had set up. So even if I go back and I cut this again, all I'm going to wind up with is a separate hole with material in between it. So really what we do have to do is just go back and set this up on the mill again and run it.